Hello, I'm Helen Fu, the host of this TV show, Health Factor with Helen Fu. I'm also a certified nutritionist and Chinese herbalist. I was born and raised in China. When I was about 12 years old, one day I met a 92-year-old Chinese fortune teller. She took just one look at me and said, "You are a healer." Huh? What do you mean? She said, "You were born a healer. Your job is to heal the world." I said, "Wow, that's a big job. What am I supposed to do?" And she said, "You will know when the time comes." 10 years later, I found myself in a hospital in China. The doctor's words still echo in my mind. He said, "I have really bad news. Your mom has stage 4 pancreatic cancer. She has no more than 3 months to live." I said, "What do you mean? You're a doctor. I'm sure there's something you can do to help her." "No, it's too late. Just go home and get ready." I went home and thought about, what am I going to do? I started to study Chinese herbs, acupuncture, diet, nutrition, and helped my mom not only to survive, but thrive for 18 years from stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And then I remembered what I was told when I was 12 years old. Ever since then, it's been my passion to help people to stay healthy and to live a happier and a longer life. That's the reason why I want to host this TV show, Health Factor. And I'm very excited that today is our very first show, and I have a good friend of mine, Jessica Zhang, on the show. Jessica, welcome.
Thank you so much, Helen. Thank you for having me on the show.
Okay, so Jessica is also a registered nurse and a health coach, and she's also Chinese, so we both speak fluent Chinese.
Absolutely.
And so Jessica, tell us a little bit about your background and what led you to become a health coach.
Sure, Helen. I am a registered nurse, so I used to work in the hospital under the traditional medical setting. I was a bedside nurse, and we did a lot of sick care, meaning when people got sick, they came to us and we took care of them, which was great. It was awesome. But what about the other side of the coin? What took them there? What happened before they got sick? Is there anything that we can do to prevent that from happening? So that is something that I had been thinking about, seeing the devastation and the effects of not having early intervention. So that was something that led me to some rigorous training in wellness and nutrition, and that led to my new career path.
Great, and I also know that you had some personal health issues, and through diet and nutrition and kind of helped yourself to get healthier. And so tell us about your personal story.
Yes.
What happened?
So I am just like an average mom with 2 kids and a demanding job. Anybody in that situation would know that life is so hectic and you forget to take care of yourself. So I was eating whatever was convenient, and I was not exercising, and I was just having this stressful, not healthy lifestyle, but a convenient lifestyle that fit into whatever I was doing. And I just neglected the most important thing in my life, which is my health. Now, I became overweight, and I am a type 2 diabetic. I became overweight, my cholesterol was high, my sugar was fluctuating, and the doctor's solution was to put me on more and more insulin. I got so much insulin that one day I was driving on the highway and I got into a hypoglycemic episode that almost killed me. So that was my wake-up call. I knew that something had to be done, and it's not more insulin. So I studied rigorously in health and nutrition, and through optimal nutrition and through health management, I got rid of my insulin shots. I lost 30 pounds, 7.5 inches around my waist. My cholesterol is now normal, and my A1C is 5.8, which is within normal range. And my diabetes is completely managed by diet and exercising. So through this change, I have just, my life is transformed, and that led me to my new professional path. This is really my passion to share my story and to share my knowledge with my clients.
Wow, what a fantastic story. And I understand that we have some photos. You want to tell us about the photos?
Yes, that's right. So as you can see on the screen, this is my before and after picture. I was over 160 pounds, and after some nutritional intervention and just optimal nutrition, just fixing what I eat and fixing my lifestyle, I became my normal self again. So my inner healthy self was shown to the world again. So I believe that everybody has an inner healthy self, and we just need to bring that out and show that to the world.
Wow, that's a perfect billboard there. Just look at the stories, what a change.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you were a registered nurse, and you were trained in Western
Yes.
health, and I am trained in Chinese medicine, so I studied herbs, acupuncture, diet, and nutrition. It's interesting that how we took different paths, but somehow we kind of came to the same point, merge our paths together. And so tell us a little bit more about, how your trainings as a registered nurse and, your personal story, that kind of what did you do to kind of lead to the path you are doing now, and tell us about your program?
Yes, you know what? It's interesting that whether we're trained in Western medicine or we're trained in traditional, alternative medicine, it all comes to how do we make people healthier, and what are we going to do to improve people's lives. And I know that from my background and training, and granted, I aside from my registered nurse training, I'm also going through some rigorous training in nutrition. So I'm in the process of gaining my certification as a nutritionist as well.
Great.
So I think that a lot of the philosophies are the same. In terms of the program for weight loss, a lot of the things we talk about is really back to the basics. We want to teach people how, what, when, how much to eat. So it seems to be a simple question, but there's a lot to it. Once we address, the basics, how do we recognize the signs of hunger? Is it physical hunger? Is it emotional hunger? Once we address the basics, it's amazing what we can fix.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. There are so many health programs out there, and there are so many weight loss programs out there. And so, and the fad diets, people sometimes switch from one diet to another, and their weight kind of, also goes up and down. And so tell us what's so unique about your weight loss program? What's the difference between your program and the others?
Right. The weight loss industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It is a thriving industry. It's a recession-proof industry. It is amazing that with that kind of industry out there, we are still the most overweight nation in the world.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, right. So I was a professional dieter. I had tried multiple. I had tried meal substitution. I've tried shakes. I've tried cutting out whole food groups. I've tried different diets. Every time I lost some weight and it came back, and I was in a worse condition than I was before I went on the diet. So when it really comes down to it, diet just doesn't work. So what really made this program, the uniqueness of this program, that really led to my weight loss success, and also to a lot of my clients' success, is low glycemic impact eating. It's so basically if we eat a high glycemic impact diet, as you can see on the screen, if we eat a high glycemic impact diet, we have wild fluctuations in our blood sugar levels that will alternate us between fat storage and being hungry. So how do we stay within the normal blood sugar range so that we're always in a fat burning zone? This is the key to the weight loss success. And also, the other thing that makes this program really unique is that this is a real life, real food, real people program. It does not deprive people. It does not have people cut out whole food groups, avoid whole food groups altogether. It does not eliminate social eating. It does not eliminate anything that's in your normal life. You do not have to drink shakes for the rest of your lives. Nobody can do that. So this is a real life, real people, sustainable program so that it can sustain your weight loss success long term.
Well, I agree totally, and because I'm also working with a lot of my clients in weight management, and I have a weight loss program as well. I believe there are 5 main factors in weight loss, and so I talk about A, B, C, D plus E. And so A is really to activate. We need to activate our body with enzymes. Where do we get enzymes? From whole foods, from vegetables, and from fruits. And so B is to build. We need to build our body with nutrients, with vitamins, minerals, protein, just all these omega-3 essential fatty acids. And we need to also, C is for cleanse. We need to cleanse our body. And so a lot of people don't believe that, we need to cleanse our body. And so it's just like driving a car. You cannot just keep on driving it without cleaning it up, do the oil change. And so C is for cleanse, and D is for direct aid. So people have specific needs, and so if they have a thyroid disorder, or they have adrenal fatigue, or they have menopausal issues, and so we kind of help them to figure out what's the root cause of their weight gain.
Absolutely.
And then E is also very important for emotional healing. That's a huge part in a lot of people's health issues. So,
absolutely, that is so important. Helen, I am so impressed of the A, B, C, D, and E approach that you just described. It echoes a lot of the principles that are in my program as well. And I think that what you just talked about, is a lot of basic concepts, but very important and very complex processes that we as professionals can help people with.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of my clients, they would say, oh, you know what, I'm doomed because I have these bad genes in me, right? And so whatever happened to me, just the genes decide. And so what do you think?
Genetic factors are surely important. We're not going to change our genes. That's what we inherited from our parents, and they do have a strong influence. But I have to say that that's not 100% of what we're going to become. We can have a lot of positive influence through our lifestyle and through our habits. Just like was showing on the screen, only about 25% of aging and diseases are actually attributed to your genes. And what about the other 75%? That's the vast majority, and that's something that we can address.
Oh, absolutely. And so tell us some of the cases that you have had in your program, and the people and their stories, and what kind of success you've seen in your program.
Sure, absolutely. So through my counseling, I have counseled people from all over North America, and people come to me from as far as Asia and Australia. So I run my program online. So that really removes the geographic limitations, basically. So it's open up to the whole world. And as you mentioned, you and I were both bilingual. So I run the program in Chinese and in English. And I do get clients from both populations. So in all of my clients, the typical weight loss success that I've seen is between 10 and 41 pounds in the 12-week program.
That's very impressive.
I am very happy with that result. And more importantly, though, there are people who ask me, so Jessica, you're a weight loss coach. And I always say that I am not a weight loss coach. I am a health coach because the program would improve people's health, and weight loss is really a byproduct. When you're healthy, you're not overweight. If you're overweight, there are some health issues that we need to address, as opposed to just addressing the superficial condition of being overweight. So in the program, so weight loss is one aspect. Is one result that I'm seeing, which I'm very happy about, and my clients are very happy about. Another very important result, or the result that I'm happier about, is people's health condition improvements. I've had clients who got rid of their hypertension medications, their blood pressure go back to normal. And I've had clients who go off their cholesterol medications, their cholesterol go back to normal. And then when we do address their diet, people's triglyceride levels go down. You know, there are a lot of people who have triglyceride levels that come to the program, and almost without exception, their triglyceride levels have gone down.
Wow, 12 weeks.
In 12 weeks.
That's
yes,
amazing.
Absolutely.
And so that's what a lot of doctors, you know, they've been trying to do, but most of the times people get drugs and more medications from the doctors, and so just managing the symptoms.
Exactly.
And so the result is amazing.
The result is absolutely amazing. And also, because I am diabetic, I'm very passionate about the topic of diabetes. I have people who are in my program, some of them are diabetics, but some of them are pre-diabetic. Their blood sugar is just coming to that borderline. And with health management, with optimal nutrition, I've seen their blood sugars go back to normal range. And even people with diabetes, some of them, when they talk to their doctors actually say, wow, now you can reduce your blood sugar medication or your insulin. So I am so happy to have that kind of result in my clients.
Wow, I just want to see what kind of expression the doctors have on their face when they see the patients coming back, you know, with all the normal stats. And so tell us, what did your doctors say after, you know, they've seen your results, or did they have any comments, or are they more interested in learning more about your approach?
Yes, it was very interesting because I had an A1C of 8.3 when I saw my doctor at one point. And after the 12 weeks, I went back to him and he said, "How are you doing?" I said, "I've never been better." And he was a little surprised, and he looked at my A1C. It was 5.8.
Whoa.
And he said, "Have you been taking the same amount of insulin that I've been telling you to take?" I said, "No, doctor, I have changed my insulin." He said, "How much are you taking now?" "Zero. I am not taking any shots." And he looked at my numbers, he looked at me, and he said, "You're going to put me out of business." I said, no, doctor, you know what? If you and I work together, we're going to bring a lot of positive changes to people. Wow. So there are actually physicians who are interested in the program, and we're actively seeking a collaboration on implementing the program into the clinics.
Wow, that'll be the best approach. And I remember when my mom's doctor saw what kind of improvement she was doing, and she was just getting better and better, and she was supposed to die within 3 months, and then 6 months and a year and 2 years, 5 years later, the doctor said, "What are you doing? Whatever you're doing, just keep on doing it."
Right.
And they actually claimed it was a miracle. They said, "It's a miracle. We can't explain why." And
that is so amazing.
Absolutely. It just really touches my heart to see what people can do, just by changing their diet, changing their nutrition. They really take control of their life again.
Absolutely.
That's a very,
and it's I think it's so heartwarming to hear that you have personal experience. Your loved ones, have this kind of improvement, and I have experience in myself, where I see the health improvement, and I think that's a very very heartwarming experience. It really goes to goes deep in my heart that we're so passionate about this topic.
Absolutely. So that's why we have this passion. It's just it's what we absolutely want to see to help people to change their lives, to make people live better. And so now, tell us a little bit more about your program, these 12 weeks. And so, how does it work? And if people want to if they're interested in this program, and do you have like a overview or something that people can learn a little bit more about your program?
Yes, absolutely. So it's a 12-week program. Normally, I run it online, so people don't have to leave their homes. They can just log onto their computer and log into the live webinar. So it's not a recording or anything. I teach all the webinars, and there will be question and answer. Usually, the format is when we first get on is an icebreaker. We meet and greet, and we talk about their previous week, what went well, what didn't go well, what are their achievements or their feelings. So that's the first thing we talk about. And second, we talk about the coming week. So what are we going to eat for the coming week, and what kind of exercise we're going to do. And then the third topic is we have focus topics. That's where a lot of the education happens. That's where people learn really how to manage their own health. So we do have an overview that's coming up, and we can probably show on the screen what our overview time is. It's October 15th, and that's going to be online. It's a free overview, open to all, and that's going to be a live webinar. So as you can see, you can go to the link that is on the third line of the screen, and once you're in, you can click that phone button to download, and you can call via the internet, or you can call by phone and connect. And Helen and I will be jointly running the overview, and it will be a great way to get to know the program. And during that time, we will introduce the registration process and the program details.
I'm so excited that we'll be able to work together. And so I've been doing my weight loss programs for years and years, and I've been teaching health classes. I do workshops, and so this is a great opportunity for us to really work together. And I think that there are a lot of strengths in your program, and there are a lot of strengths in my program. So by merging it together, we really make it stronger.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm so happy and honored to be able to work with you.
Yeah, and so we've got a few more minutes, and so I would like to hear, what do you think of the future, and in terms of your personal career, in terms of what you can do to raise a healthy community, and what do you think that we can do to work together with probably other healthcare professionals to help raise a healthy community together?
Yes. So I think the future is going to be great. I see a huge need out there. America, we as a society and as a population, we have a great need. And it's great that we have a healthcare system that are prescribing medications and giving operations. Technology is so advanced nowadays. It's awesome. But we also need nutritional intervention. And I think that as we join forces, and as I become certified as a nutritionist, I'm in the process of doing that, and I think there's a lot more that we can do. The program we can run either online or in person, and we can collaborate with other health professionals, and then there are community needs, and for the community needs and events, we'll be able to go in and make a bigger impact.
Well, I'm also curious because you mentioned that you are a mother of two. I'm also a mother of two. So tell us about your kids, and so what do they see as in you, and what the kind of changes you've made, and what kind of impact that on their life, on their health, and on their future even.
Right. So for my family, the impact is just amazing. First of all, my husband, he actually lost 17 pounds without even actively trying. He was just observing my eating habits, and he followed along, and he lost 17 pounds himself. And my children, they used to eat a pretty unhealthy diet, I have to say. Now they still eat some things that are, that are not 100% that I would approve, but their awareness is much, much more than before in terms of healthy eating, in terms of healthy lifestyle. I actually overheard my daughter talking to one of her friends, lecturing people on healthy eating. And then, some of the things she said, it was an echo of what I say, at our dinner tables. It was just amazing that the effect on my children. And I think that the seed is planted in their mind, and I think one day it will flourish. And I've already seen some growth from that healthy seed that's planted in them, and I think that that it will flourish and lead them to a healthy lifestyle.
Wow. How old are your kids?
My kids are 10 and 12.
10 and 12. So, well, your daughter is the
younger one.
She's the 10-year-old.
Yes.
Wow, that's profound. So a 10-year-old, another future nutritionist probably.
You know what? If she goes into this field, that will be just awesome.
Oh, wow, that's great. And so tell us a little bit more to summarize our program today. And so I know that a lot of people are still kind of confused about what to do and what to choose in terms of Western medicine and holistic healing and alternative medicine, how we can put all this together. Do you see any conflict in this, or you think that we can absolutely work with people even though they're taking medications or they have any health issues, they work with other doctors? Is there something we can do to help them along the way?
Right. I do not see any conflicts. I think we can absolutely work together. What I do ask people is that before the start of the program to give me a whole list of their medications and their current health conditions. And if there is a need, we will talk with their primary care doctors and get their approval for participation in the program. And the program itself, it doesn't have any conflicts with any medications or anything like that. I think that the Eastern medicine and Western medicine can absolutely work together to bring people amazing results.
Wow, that's great. And so do you have any final thoughts for our audience?
I have to say that health is a journey, and we are the ones who are going to take that journey, and we are the ones who are in control. I know medicine is great, medications and operations and everything is great, but that's for when we are sick. We need to take control of the time period before we get sick. What about prevention? What about, just healthy eating? And just fixing simple things can make a huge difference in our lives. And sometimes people think that is not within my reach, it's not possible to do. So I just want to tell the audience that it's absolutely possible and we can do it together.
Well, thank you so much, Joseph, for appearing on my show, and I know it's a great treat for the audience. And so if the audience, they have any questions, and then they can contact you. And so if we can bring the slide on the show again, so to show your contact information.
Yes.
And there you go. So
there's my contact information right there. Feel free to email me or call me. Thank you.
And we'll see you next time. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.